What's going on, YouTube? This is the trade recap for June the 3rd. Today is a Wednesday. Unfortunately, on this trade, we got stopped out, but I'll show you guys what we did and what I saw and how we got stopped out. But before we get the video started, I'd like to say a warm shout out to Men's Mental Health Month. This is the month of June. So this is the month in honor to a lot of men and their mental health. I can't forget this month is also Pride Month too. So everybody out there, you know who you are. Happy Pride Month to y'all, and mental health people, you know who you are. Happy mental health month to you guys. And let's go into the trade. So first thing that I marked out in blue was this London high right here. This is this blue line. Well, actually, we'll go from top to bottom. Top, this is a New York high right here. So this was in the previous day. See, June the 2nd, and that's the highest point it got during New York session. So I marked that out. That was also a 1 hour draw on liquidity right here. And then I marked out this second blue line. This second blue line was our London high. The reason why I really wanted to target these was because we had these low resistance 1 hour draws on liquidity right here that we could end up targeting. So I saw those as pretty good targets for today. But going into market open, we were kind of just moving right side. We didn't have any drastic moves. However, we had the inverse of this fair value gap to the downside, right? And then we had a little bit of a retrace right here, just sweeping that draw, and we started moving down, right? But in this area, higher time frame, we're not necessarily looking super bearish. And then even on here, not super bearish, but honestly could not see really where we're going into the trade. So I did eventually mark out this London low right here and this New York low right there that we could have targeted. Well, in order for me to target it, one, I saw that we were making bearish structure on this higher time frame right here because we had the break right here and then we had the fair value gap right here. So once we filled this fair value gap, I was like, all right, maybe we can get a form of 5-minute retrace. I was loving this fair value gap right here because we took this draw on liquidity out, but we could have very much targeted this one. If we were to come in and we were to come into this fair value gap and then start moving down, or actually let me hop on the 1 minute time frame and show you guys some 1 minute time frame confluences. If we were able to come up and we were able to just ever so fill this fair value gap or this fair value gap, I would have loved to enter shorts and get into this position right here. But as you can see, no pullback whatsoever, and we just completely took out this and we took out this. So now I'm like, all right, what do we have? What can we use? We already taken out everything that we possibly could. Well, there's this low all the way down here that could be used as a potential liquidity sweep, as well as this low right here. I'll use this low because this low is a better example. This 30-minute low. All right, so then we come down and we close below it. But in this position right now, since we made just a big move to the downside, I have to wait for a couple bullish confirmation confluences out of it. So hopped in on the 1 minute time frame, and over here is where I saw a lot of bullish confirmation confluences actually take place. Well, in order to fully have my bullish bias, one, I had to inverse this fair value gap right here. We have to inverse this, or else we can't get it, because that is our strongest fair value gap, bearish fair value gap. What did I see here? We saw inverse fair value gap from this down to there. Those fair value gaps right there all got inversed between that candle, and inside of it, during the inversion, we saw filament of this fair value gap right here. Right, we saw fair value gap filament right there. We have a break of structure on this high right here. We have a break of structure at that high right there. And then we have another 1 minute fair value gap being filled right here. Eventually, we have our inversion, but we can't long out of this because we don't have any form of manipulation to the upside. Well, during this, what ended up happening was we made equal lows down here, one. Secondly, we made 3 equal highs right here. And as we know, equal highs and equal lows are strong draws on liquidity that price could target and very much push past. Right, we had the inversion right here, but we didn't end up having the break of structures on these. In fact, we just kept moving up, and we had small break of structures right here, and then we had decent, and then we even had this fair value gap filament right here. All right, and one thing that I want to point out is the reason why I didn't wait for this to get fully inversed, especially, is because we started filling it, and then we moved out of it, and then we started moving to the downside, and we had break of structure on this low right here. So to me, that was already confirmation that this fair value gap got respected. Also, I want to point out that if we take our GAN box from the top to the bottom of this fair value gap, we can see that we hit the middle of the fair value gap exactly to show that we had a nice enough retrace into it for us to confirm that, right? So we started moving down, then we got the breaker structure right there. So that fair value gap we no longer have to worry about, right? But then we didn't get breaker structures here. In fact, we just swept the liquidity out of this and we started moving up. And then we had this fair value gap right here that I was hoping to get traded into. This fair value gap got traded into. And the moment I saw this big leg extension out of it, that is when I entered into my longs. Also, the reason why I wanted to enter into longs right here is because we just have these three equal highs right here. So even if price pulled into this fair value gap right here, I was waiting for nice extensions out of this fair value gap to target a lot higher, right? But then stops, I set my stops at the bottom of that candle right there. That way we're protected against those equal lows, right? And then obviously set my take profits to our draws on liquidity. We could have targeted that draw on liquidity right there, that London high, because I did not get hit. And then we get a targeted this high right here, this market open high, as a more confirmed draw on liquidity that we could have targeted. Right, so then we're coming into the trade and we start moving down. We had the breaker structure to the downside right here. So I was hoping, all right, maybe we can just grab the liquidity from here and we can start moving up. This fair value gap did not get filled on 1 minute time frame. In fact, we moved down and then we sweep these equal lows. And the moment we set those equal lows, I'm like, finally, maybe we can get some nice confirmation out of it. We sweep it, but we did not get the break right here. Initially, we got the break later on right here, but that break did not cause us to move any much higher. I mean, that break kind of just filled this 1 minute fair value gap right here, right? So today could have looked like a clear bullish day or a clear bearish day, but honestly, I didn't want to target bearish only because there is no draw on liquidity underneath those strong enough for me to target. We already came and took out here, and we already came and we made equals with right here. Look, right? This is 1 hour. So this is where we look for all our draws on liquidity, 1 hour, right? Price within the first hourly candle of the day already came down to all of these positions right here. So I was not expecting price to come down even that much. I'm not even expecting price to come down this much during post-market, right? The war is supposed to be starting to get postponed. Apparently not, I'm assuming, right? And I mean from there, just freaking chop block, guys. We have this barcode price action, just boom, 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 boom. We're struggling to break past 2 5-minute equal highs. We're struggling to break past that, and we're getting our 1 minute bullish confirmation confluences filled, and then we just start having bigger extensions out of it. Also, I like to point out, if we retrace into this 5-minute gap right here, we have a leg out of it. We have within this leg, I don't think it was an equilibrium. All right, okay, sadly we did not get the equilibrium. We got the 38th percentile on the Fibonacci, so we couldn't really just get bullish out of here. We had to wait for the form of the retracement, and then we made equal highs, and then from there we eventually just got fully stopped out. We set stops below those equal lows only to protect ourselves from it, right? So I knew these equal lows wanted to get targeted eventually, but price was really wanting to break out of this range, so I was hoping it did, and we could at least have taken profits up to there, or at the very littlest amount taking profits up to here. We started seeing a reverse. So that was my trade today. Man, I mean, today didn't also look like a clear bearish day to me. Today was a little bit of a wonky trading day, but that's all right. I mean, we can't win 100% of the trades. We still won the trades earlier this week. We were profitable yesterday, and we were profitable the day before that. Unfortunately, the day before that, if you guys remember, I closed the trade early because it was getting too later into the day for me to continue running my trade. But yesterday's trade, we were profitable. We were able to win back our losses. So today we went into this trade a little bit cost-free. But let's see what the trades bring in tomorrow. Apparently there should be some news tomorrow on Forex Factory. I think there's going to be some sort of manipulation news, but honestly tomorrow I don't know if we're going to have very strong moves to the upside. I mean, we're just coming down and we're just ripping all the way past this. I doubt price would want to come down all the way to that low. There's a very good chance that it does want to come down all the way right there, but I'm hoping that it comes down right there during pre-market. That way we can get like a nice deep sweep there, or we can get a low right there. If I had to give any piece of advice to anybody trading, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my insights on what I think. You guys taking any trade based on your own psychology and your own knowledge. I'm not responsible for any losses or wins due to your strategy, due to your psychology, and due to your fingers tapping the screen, listening to my voice, because I'm not a financial advisor by any means necessary. Got to get that out of the way. I would honestly look for maybe 765 calls for like next week Friday. I mean, because after this, I would just want to see a sweep right here and then just straight boom, chop block all the way up to the sky. That's what I want. So going into the buys tomorrow, I'm bullish for now, but we'll have to see, because maybe we could fill this gap on this 1 hour time frame that did not get filled. I mean, oof. And also if we look at daily time frame real quick, guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video right here. But if we look at daily time frame, lying in between an unfilled zone on daily time frame, for this is a good opportunity for us to fill this zone and then push past this high. All in all, that's my trade today. We'll see where market goes tomorrow. If market maybe only comes up a little bit tomorrow, like this high, but we end up respecting that daily time frame, then I would look for some long calls out of it. All in all, today's trade was really choppy. It was really just price action worthy day. I can't control what the market does. We can only control how we can only control how we react to it. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I hope you guys learned something. Peace and love always, and I'll catch you in the next one.